So this is part 2. On the way back, I was told decompress, all right? The Mexican cartel was on the corner, all right? I witnessed my mother leave the vet clinic and drive right up to the cartel on the corner selling fruit. For no fucking reason, man. She had my cat in her car. She stops, she makes a money exchange, she buys some small bag of fruit. And then after that, she became verbally incredibly hostile again. I went up to the cartel on the corner and I asked how much was a strawberry, and I told her, I said, Mita, look at your Poppy, he's not coming. And she was trying to get Poppy to come. I said, he's not coming, Poppy's not coming. Poppy's not coming for you. That male cartel guy didn't want anything to do with me. Nothing to fucking do with me. And why is that? Because there's no goddamn cartel left in Mexico. One by one they go. And why is that? Because of the Mexican Special Forces, Mexican military. And who are my brothers? Does anyone recall how many times I've said it and written it? In English, in Spanish. The Mexican military are my brothers, literally, brothers in arms. Literally, my brothers. And I can't talk about anything to do, and I can't say anything about anything that might have been in the news recently. Except what I just said, but I can't talk about anything. I think you can get it because you can hear what I'm doing right now. And I wanted to say this, and I'll put it into the title. I was supposed to come to the graveyard and decompress because I'm pretty pissed at the cartel. Okay, they're still on the corner. My mother is still running up to them for no fucking reason. And I witnessed that. I was really pissed. She had my cat in the car. And I just need to decompress now. This shit just doesn't stop, man. So I'm not bringing DC with me. I need DC to leave me alone. How many times have I said that? And I want my combat pay. I will get it, all right? And the fact that the United States military and police aren't telling me about my relatives, I got nothing but time to deal with you on that. I got nothing but time, and I've got the good military to back me up. You well tell me about my relatives. You're not going to run and hide under no rocks. No little British cave. No, you're just not. Okay. What I want to say is, ever since I started dealing with the cartel, which was in New York City, I took them head on. It was 24/7. I took them head on. It would have had to be there. I'm not going to do a whole 20-minute testimony of the shit I did. Everybody knows what I did. Everything cartel from A to Z, I fucking killed it. And then now look who's paying for it and who's serving the justice. The Mexican Special Forces and the Mexican military. And I told her, I said, Poppy's not coming. Where's Poppy? I want to buy a strawberry. Poppy ain't coming. But I want to say this. The Mexican people are very much like I am. Why is this? Because we grew up poor. We're not aristocrat, bourgeoisie. We grew up poor. Many of us grew up without a mom, without a dad, without anybody. Many of us grew up orphaned. We're urban. We live in these urban settings. We grew up, me and the Mexicans, poor, parentless, and in the cities. We grew up with little education. We grew up hungry, having to work our butts off in kitchens. There's so much I have in common with Mexican people, it'll blow your mind. And that was fate. I can keep going on listing my life. It's just like a Mexican person. And another thing, and the most greatest of all, is me and Mexican people, we show no fear. You will never know with me that I'm scared. Jesus has to make me hide and shelter in place. Or I'll think I'm going to go be brave and show those Russian military men crashing and booming and everything in this house in Washington, D.C. I have to be told, no, you're not. Me and the Mexican people are the strongest fighters. The Mexican people are the most bravest, strongest soldiers in the Mexican military. Some that you will find on earth. What they needed was Russia and China and the US good guys to help them out a little bit. And now look at them. Okay? What they needed was the white Bill Clinton, the white George Bush, just call him white, the white Obama, the black man who thinks he's white, Obama. They needed the white man in America to get out of the way. And look at the Mexican military now. They're nothing to mess with. They're some of the best soldiers in history. They were conditioned and born to be. You go without all these things. The Mexican people, a lot of them join the military, and the good military with the good Mexican military. They join like me. They're young. They might have a high school education. They don't have a lot. They're poor. It's the truth, folks. Do you think they're one of the Kennedy family? Do you think they've been suppressed and oppressed because of the white man in America empowering, making sure the cartel was in power, making sure the cartel had everything they ever asked for? And what did the cartel, everything that the white man told the cartel to do, they did to their own Mexican people. And why was that? So the white man could stay in power and rule over all these brown people in the southern border. And the time has stopped. And look at the Mexican military now. Let the Mexicans rule their own people who are brown, who are the fiercest soldiers in the world. There's some of them. And they show no fear. In fact, I don't know if they even know it sometimes. They should be scared. They're just like me. It's just facts. You raise a human in these conditions, and that's what you'll get. Some of the most amazing fighters. Now, there's one difference here. Mexican cartel have no respect for women police or military, just none. Even Poppy down at the corner was scared of me today. Not scared because they're fierce. Mexican people, whether they're cartel or whether they're the good Mexican military, you'll never see them be afraid. No, it's amazing people, but the cartel is so evil. They chop up bodies, they rape women, they kidnap people. What else? Come on, did you want to hear about it? The Mexican cartel with the Middle Easterners thought they were some sort of devil worshiper kings. They didn't even know the devil's fucking white. Are you fucking worshiping a white fucking man? Of course you are, you so stupid pendejos. Doing hocus pocus, thinking you had to eat people's human remains to have devil power. He's white. I like white people, but you need to get your facts straight of what the fuck you're talking about here when you talk about the devil and you talk about Jesus. You really do. You fucking piss me off. I'm fucking so sick of your ignorance. You run around in the West acting like you know everything and you can't even produce any real answers to this shit you've been rambling for fucking centuries. And when it's in your face, what do? You keep poisoning me like a bunch of fucking idiots. That's your fucking solution. Just keep trying, it'll work. No, what you've caused is more acne on my face. What you've caused is more hair loss. What you've caused is your balls of brass in Port Townsend to be on the map. You kept doing that in this town in front of dudes that I'm not allowed to even describe. This military men, I mean, and this few women. It's not me. I'm making tandoori chicken. I have to. It's out of bounds. I'm not capable of going out as fierce and as brave as I am. I can't do that. Engage with a whole bunch of commandos. That is what was happening. I saw that in the Capitol, these assholes tromping around like yesterday at the graveyard. with the British King, Charles. I'd be in that house and it'd be all hell breaking out for 2-3 days straight. I know how full of basura the United States gringo man is. All right? And what was the result? The U.S. good military, who are U.S. enlisted, and they are white men, they are black men, they are all kinds of color people. They're not just white, they're not just black. We have all sorts of races. We are America. And we have a good military that does not attack their own people. They saved my life in that house. There was things I could not do. I needed serious military people to help me. And they did. And my way to return the favor is to not discuss it too much in Port Townsend. I have all the time in the world to do that. But I must get this over, how much me and the Mexican people are the same. Now, the cartel pisses me off. Poppy on the corner was not mucho macho. They have no respect for women police. Neither do their white gringo counterparts here. They're white people here. They're white people in Port Townsend. It's really bad in the city. Have no respect for women police or military. They're just not going to have it. Now, I know that I say women cannot run the checkup. No, but there's biological facts to that. It's not based off just a hatred towards women, a bias towards blacks. No, there's facts. You're not qualified. You can't do the job. It takes physical stuff. It takes things you don't have. You don't have it, okay? You can march around mad all day. You're not going to change that. And if you have the mental health issue to go pump a whole bunch of steroids and shit in your body, it's not going to qualify you. You're going to end up at the shrink's office because you're injecting yourself with all this shit trying to be something you're not. You need fucking help. Go get a session from a doctor, a head shrink. In America, we support that. We tell people like that they're perfectly fine. They're not. They're suffering, man. They tell people like me, I must be arrested. My mother's just going to keep arresting. So this is what happened. I come out after seeing the doctor, and she's standing in the waiting room. I don't know if she text messaged me, okay? I hadn't had a chance to see that. So what I came out was this woman standing in the waiting room. And she offered, after I handled my business with the receptionist, which was really fine, the place is fine. She offered in front of me and the receptionist in the reception room to take the cat home. Okay, because I am not getting in her car. I've said it from Pluto and the moon and Mars and back. I'm not getting in your car. So I wanted to walk anyways. You can see why, dude. I need to decompress, man. And as soon as I put the cat in the car, long story short, she went straight with my cat in her car to the cartel on the corner selling kiwi fruit, oranges, just a few little things, a little rimsy little fruit stand. I couldn't believe her. And so I walk up to her. Okay, here's the vet clinic. Kitty corner. Here's the fruit stand. You got to go from the vet clinic, drive all the way out, stop your car, look both ways, turn left, stop your car again at the stop sign, and then you got to go out of your way to turn another left, cross traffic by turning a left again into a parking lot to pull up to the fucking fruit stand. She had no right to do that with my cat in her car that she knew was down there for a near emergency. So I go out of my way to stand by my cat in her car as she's talking to the cartel on the corner. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know if they were talking about oranges, but they were by fact exchanging statements. And so I close the door. And when I close the door, when she comes back, she hollers at me. You shouldn't slam the door. She goes, right at it. Let's fight. Big fight right here in front of Mr. Poncho and Monita, my cartel friends. I didn't even say anything to her. I just walked away. And by the time I was halfway to that stand with the cartel on the corner, she was on her way home. And that's when Jesus said, go, right now. Go to this woman and tell her you want to buy a strawberry. And then she was motioning while I was there for this man. He would not come anywhere fucking near me. It was funny. It was hilarious. Because normally these men in the cartel, they're on top of it. And that's when I took advantage of that. And I said, your poppy's not coming. Your poppy is just not coming. And I walked away, okay? He eventually came up. I said, I want to buy one strawberry. How much? I showed him a dollar bill. I said, I need change. He goes, no, you don't need. He just wanted me out of there. That was the only time. Now, this cartel man did not show any fear. The woman, none. They should, okay? But they know they're protected by the actual ICE. The ICE and all of Donald Trump's military protect the cartel. It's been on my account. I think people are figuring that out. The good guys are the ones that are wiping them out. Obviously, the Mexican military is certainly doing so. It's not Donald Trump. He's shitting in his pants. With the Saudi Arabians, okay? They're fucking shitting bricks in their pants with no toilet paper. Okay, and that's when that stuff happens, it is true. It is true. While I'm running around in my mother's casa, I really do need to stay out of it. Do you get it yet? That's why I'm out of it. You hardly see me online. Okay, so then I'm fucking pissed and I go up the hill, and that's when my brain starts to work and God starts to come through, and we're both just processing that, and it was all just coming through. It was so clear how brave the Mexican human being is. And when they're evil and they do evil to the world, like the cartel is evil, they're the worst. And they never show fear. And the cartel men have no respect for women in the military or women in the police force. And it pisses you off. But they're certainly not trying to fuck with me anymore. No, that is awesome. But I can't say why I'm so grateful. I can't address any military people. I can't bring up any incidences or certain news headlines. Just can't. Okay. And as the human being is concerned, the Mexican human being, when they are good, are so much like me. And so I walked up to the graveyard and I realized that, and I know it. There's a lot in common with me and Mexicans. Just list my life and put me there and put me with brown skin and put me as a Mexican, and you'd think I was one. Just be speaking Spanish, a few minor differences. So it brings this out in the human being, no matter if you're white like me or brown like a Mexican. This sort of upbringing, this sort of conditioning on the earth. They are fearless, and you will never see them scared. I'm the same. It's something to be proud of. If you hear me out there and you are a Mexican, be proud of that. It pisses people off if they're trying to scare you, yeah. And sometimes maybe you don't have any common sense. But you know what? You're incredible. Don't change. Go join the Mexican military if you want. And if you're a girl, go ahead, but understand there's things you cannot do. So don't join the Mexican military thinking, I can do all this. No, you can't. You can't. I'm sorry, my voice is raspy from the vape and from the toilet paper. Racing. You know what that's all about. I'm forbidden from talking about this shit. So on the way back to this graveyard, it was clear I needed to say this. There was more than this that come to my spirit that I wanted to share, but I don't get the time. I have to upload this on YouTube. That could take 2 days to get it to be uploaded. It's about Mexican people, how much they're like me, how brave they are, how grateful I am that these fearless, evil cartel soldiers You got a soldier, they're evil as fuck, and they're in the cartel, and they fucking have no fear. Doesn't sound easy to deal with, does it? It's not. But it has been. And it is being dealt with. And King Charles ain't the one doing it. All right. And then you have Mexican people who are mucho buena. Super good people, and they are so fearless. They're just like me. They're just like the cartel, but they don't do evil. They do good. You'll never see them scared. I don't think they even feel fear. They just go. They're some of the most incredible soldiers. Do you know the Mexican soldiers have been giving the U.S. a run for their money with combat and battles since before World War I? They're incredible soldiers, and if you know anything about war history, you do actually know that. So thank God that the cartel soldiers are getting wiped out. And thank God that the fearless, incredible, brown Mexican soldiers are as good as they are. And they're just fearless. You'll never see them scared. I love you so much for that. But I'm not allowed to help. I can't get involved. I can't do anything. I'm up there in that casa making tandoori today, making white cake. I'm making a white cake with berry. I hope. It could be mucho loco when I go back. You don't know. Nothing's certain there. I'm sick of it. I walk around with no money, no one. They just fucking live it up. Okay, but this is the point. By the time I come here, he said, decompress. Your cat will be okay. You've got your brothers. Pause. Don't go back to the casa. Uno momento. Decompress. Your cat is okay. So she went from the clinic into the car and then up the road. So she's okay. She's in the house. Okay. Details to that. Okay, just to state it. I asked her to please bring the cat into the living room and close the door and wait for me, or kindly please bring the cat into my quarters and just set her down. Something that simple was absolutely not going to happen this morning, okay? You don't even want to hear about how fucking insane this morning was. Okay, the shit that these people in Port Townsend do is so fucking obvious. You call people one more time and have me arrested for mental health, you're making it worse, okay? Because you're clearly the ones who suffer here. And if you want my take, it's from drug abuse. You call one more time about my mental health. One more time. Okay. They're on a crusade to arrest me no matter what. It'll be Trump saying I'm a terrorist and I did everything in 1509 S Street Northwest. He's been trying to do that with the Attorney General and all this crap forever. They're stuck on stupid with that. I did all that. I'm the mastermind of that fucking compound in Washington, D.C. Yeah, but they want to say this. Or it's something else. I'm a drug dealer. I'll be walking down the street and they'll just jump out the car. So anyways, but I can decompress here. And I'm going to go back to the casa. And I've been telling everybody what I do. It's marinated. Tomorrow is actually the tandoori. You have to marinate it. And or maybe later today. And the white cake. This is instructions is mucho important. This is basically all I'm doing. But I can see why, okay? All right, I'm going to go. We're at 25 minutes. I really wanted to convey and express, and you need to realize it on the planet. How brave, how fearless, how fierce Mexican people are. And if you don't understand that, you need to start researching wars. Wars that date back to before World War I. You need to start educating yourself if you don't understand what I'm saying. And you'll see Mexico. Oh my God, they're fierce. Okay, but that cartel, those soldiers, adios. All right? Okay, bye.